Penn State's Jerry Sandusky is one of the best in the country.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy! Goodbye, Charlie, there.
He's developed 7 first-team All-America linebackers.
Let's go, you gotta hustle, let's go!
So why doesn't a guy like that have a team of his own?
Fart!
In a way, he does. In the summer, Sandusky runs a free camp for 400 children.
Take your time. You've got it, guy. So many of them, I guess by where they grow up or what they've done, they're stereotyped. You know, they're not supposed to succeed. Well, they succeed here.
Good job, Neil.
I was 10 years old, and I went to the Second Mile summer camp. That's where I first saw him and met him. And Jerry was what a father would be like.
Jerry Sandusky told him he was part of a larger family, and family can make him stronger than he is.
I'm part of Jerry's family. Like, I was brought in to the family, so that's a bond that he created. So I had to be loyal. I was loyal to the family. I wasn't going to betray anybody. I wasn't going to betray him. And in the end, here I sit, betrayed by them all.
Like, this is where, like, I grew up, in this house, with no running water, you know? So, that's what I came from. It looks exactly the same. I remember when we all lived here, when all of my cousins, all of my aunts, when there was like 30 people living in that house, but no toilets, no sinks. The place was cockroach filled. I mean, they're just running everywhere.
Is this a house where Jerry ever picked you up?
Yeah. Yeah, he picked me up a lot here. I mean, he would get out and walk down like he was royalty coming, and everybody was so excited about his presence there, and everybody was. That's how it was. He was like a savior.
Jerry Sandusky seems happiest when he is mixing it up with his special kids. He may never have his own football team, but he already has something more.
I've lost control of this game.
It was awesome, you know, whenever he came and picked you up. Because you knew you were going to get out of what you were in, first off. I mean, I knew that I was going to go where I was going to have food. I was going to travel all around. And then all of a sudden, I'm wearing a new Nike Penn State coat. You know, to be seen with Jerry Sandusky was like a cool thing. It's like, yeah. Eventually, I was going to football games. Like, we would walk over to the stadium and tailgate with like the Sandusky family and their family friends, and it was nice. It was kind of cool because it's a bunch of people. There's friends there, and coming from where I came from, it wasn't. You don't have that sense. Like, that's not what family is. Like, you know, friendship and all of that. It's just kind of like fend for yourself.
Jerry Sandusky enjoying the ride and trying to fight back the tears.
After the game, you would go with Jerry. So you would go into the locker room with the players. Everybody's congratulating him after a win and saying, "Good job, coach," and everyone's patting him on the back as you're walking, and you're walking beside him. So yeah, to be right next to him and understand that he chose you, I felt powerful. I felt like people looked at me and envied me instead of people looking down on me. The Sandusky name, that was a golden ticket in this town. You know, if you were a Sandusky, that afforded you things and got you that respect that you could never get being where I was. And I wanted to have that. I wanted to, you know, be adopted. I was known as part of the family already.
Matt got into some trouble as a juvenile and became involved with the Second Mile. From the beginning, Jerry expressed an intention to try to adopt him. And Jerry began making deliberate moves to separate him from his family. One of the unusual facts relative to Matt's situation is that he was court-ordered, literally court-ordered by a judge of the Court of Common Pleas in Center County to live with the Sanduskys. Despite the fact that his biological mother brought to the attention of judges that there were lots of problems there and with Jerry. So we now have the most powerful institution in our county taking Matt away from his biological family and court ordering him into an abuser's hands.
For 67-year-old Jerry Sandusky, a jubilant career at Penn State has dwindled to a perp walk and prosecution. Sandusky is alleged to have targeted at least 8 boys for sexual advances or assaults over 15 years.
As you all know, Sandusky was taken into custody this past Saturday.
The grand jury presentment of Jerry Sandusky comes out on Saturday, November 5th, 2011, and it details these horrible crimes against children that Jerry Sandusky had committed. And Joe Paterno, at that point, has a small role in the presentment. He's told by Mike McQuarrie, graduate assistant, that he saw Jerry Sandusky committing a crime in the shower at Penn State.
The graduate assistant had seen Jerry Sandusky fondling or doing something of a sexual nature to a young boy.
Paterno said, because Sandusky was already retired at that point, I referred the matter to university administrators.
Curley and Schultz told Sandusky not to bring any second-mile children to the football building.
But no Penn State official went to the police.
We'll take questions. Yes?
Was that the extent of Mr. Paterno's responsibility, just to report it to his superiors as opposed to reporting it as well to the police?
We believe that under the statute, he had an obligation to report it to the school administrators, and he did that.
At that point, the Attorney General's office said Joe Paterno had acted properly.
He's been cooperative.
But we have all of this media in State College. Now there's a lot more pressure on Joe Paterno.
Yes, ma'am.
Does anybody who maybe had a moral obligation or an ethical obligation to report something?
There is a difference between moral and legal guilt. Right now, those of us up here are concerned with legal guilt, and I'm not going to comment on morality now.
There was no question that Joe Paterno knew it was a serious matter. You were beginning to hear people say, well, wait a minute. All he did was go to his supervisor. Should he have done more? Why didn't he do more?
I can tell you guys got a lot of good questions, and I'd like to answer my kids for now.
There's a moral question here with Joe Paterno. That starts really gaining momentum.
Joe Paterno did nothing other than tell his superiors. So.
Take Paterno at his word. There was something of a sexual nature going on.
After that incident, Jerry Sandusky went on to sexually abuse at least 4 more boys.
Calls for Paterno's resignation are growing. Many are standing by him as well. Tonight he arrived home to a huge show of support outside his house. He didn't take any questions, though, or make any statements.
I came back to State College Sunday because I kind of sensed this was getting big. I had to ask myself, am I completely wrong? Because this does not match the Joe Paterno that I have written about. This does not match the Joe Paterno that anybody else has written about. It wasn't like there was any debate about Joe Paterno's contribution to society. You know, the Friday before the grand jury presentment, Joe Paterno was on the list to be given the Presidential Medal of Freedom. My feeling on it was, if this is not at all the man that I thought he was, I have to find out.